said I'm taking a look at multiple flashlights, so this is just the next one, the Wuben X1 Pro. Ooh, I'm kind of turning into a bit of a light snob, aren't I? But if you've been on the channel at all, you'll know that I review my fair share of lights, and this one feels like it's bulletproof. Look at the size of this one. It fits nice though, gang. I was a little skeptical when I opened the box for this one, but man, gotta say, I kinda like it. I really like things with a lot of battery life, and this thing's got it, all in a pretty compact design. Now, it is a bit large for your average EDC, but this is probably something that is gonna, more often than not, you're gonna have it in a work box or something. I mean, this thing is a bit heavy just to have in your pocket all day long. Talk about something that you're gonna be able to bring to camp and have for multiple days. Now, we wanna get it out and get it tested, but this thing's gonna have some juice. With multiple batteries in here, this brings me back to the days of the big old mag flashlights, but still in a much smaller design. Now, before we go too far, let's get this over to the unboxing table and see what all it comes with.
All right, an extremely large but nice box. Let's get this thing open. I never understood why they had to make these manuals so big, but probably so people don't spill hot coffee on themselves. Next up, one accessories box. And then of course we've got the bullet holster. Here's a few of the stats. I don't know if it's accurate, but it says 12,300 lumen for the highest. But let's go ahead and take a look at this bullet holster. Alright, looks like it'll do some holstering. Next up, the accessories. And this looks like the USB-C charging lanyard. USB-C charging lanyard. Did you hear the confusion in that guy's voice? Yeah, go ahead and pinch these two and pull out a little bit, and boom, it's like magic. Alright, it's heavier than your average flashlight, but it does have a real sturdy feel to it. Feels good in the grip. Let's see how much this thing weighs. 13.2 ounces, so just under a pound. This thing comes strapped with the Wuben X1 rechargeable lithium-ion battery, which is actually a 4,900 milliamp hour battery. And there's two of them, so you know this thing's gonna last a while. All modes have 4 levels of illumination, plus a boost. When it's not in use, click it 4 times and that'll lock it, so it doesn't end up turning on in your bag. Like so. 4 more clicks and it gets you back up and running. And because a lot of these high-powered lamps will overheat, this one comes with a fan. It'll automatically turn on when necessary, but hitting the button 5 times in a row will turn it on. It also has a rubber fitting covering the USB-C port. But enough of that, let's get back outside.
All right, now welcome back. So this thing does have 3 different settings right here on the back. What that is going to do is a really quick switch. It's got like a 4-step system, so you hold the button down, which is right there. So what you want to do is hold it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got 4-step function. When you hit the button here, it's going to go between spot, flood and spot, and just flood. I'm gonna need to post the stats. Let me move to the side here so I can post the stats for its battery life, brightness, weight. Let's take a look at how you recharge. So isn't that cool how it comes with its own lanyard USB-C cable? Pretty nifty. Now, if you made it this far in the video, if you wouldn't mind clicking those buttons down there, I'd much appreciate it. Now, before we go outside, let me show you one last thing. If you hit the button 5 times in a row, it activates the fan. And let me show you this. And here's what it sounds like. It's actually pretty strong. So just make sure you don't leave that on. I'm sure that'll eat the juice pretty quick. And now let's head outside for the night test. So now again, just to keep for consistency's sake, I am gonna compare this. Look at the size difference there. But I am gonna compare it to the Champ, and the Champ is the Olight Baton Pro. And why? Even though this got overthrown a couple days ago, I want to be consistent because these videos are just coming out fast and furious. So right now we're having the showdown between these guys, and then if you want to see this versus what overthrew this, drop a note in the gobble-goo and we'll take a look at it. So first we're going to take a look at the Champ up against about 100 yards. And again, so this is on low. Wait, whoops. So we got moonlight here. You can just barely see it, but that's going to conserve a lot of the battery juice here. So low, medium, high, and that's high. And then I cannot see the trees out there. But now I can just see the trees. Hopefully you guys can see that on screen here. I probably need to move out of the way, but we can just see it, the trees out there. And this one really only is a flood. All right, so here we go. So this immediately, you can just see the low, medium, high, and extra high, and then the boost. So before I do that, I do want to hold this up against the trees, and then we're going to put this one out there. Here we go. And this is on full boost right now. And that is really opening up those trees. This guy, I'm gonna have to put him away for just a little bit, but this one we can see all the way out there, and it is really, there is almost no drop off on the Corona here. And so let me switch it over. That is what we're seeing with the Spotlight. And you can see it still does have a Corona. One of the only things I wish is it's not a gigantic improvement. I mean, on screen here, you can see it when I add in both, which is the floodlight and the spot at the same time. In fact, the fan's kicked on because it's starting to heat up already. But that's because I've got it on full blast. But you can really see everything. Now, one of the problems is, oh, and I shut it off and it immediately shut the fan off as well. But that thing is just so bright, and you can see a giant flood here. So I'm going to walk out here just a little bit. And the thing is, so this thing is ultra bright, super bright. Oh, and it is getting very warm in my hand right now. So I would almost recommend not running it on boost. Generally, I'm not running things on boost all the time, except if I really have to find something. Usually I just have it on probably a medium or a high. Depends on how dark camp is really, but usually I enjoy walking around like this and not like that. But hey, if you want it, it's got it. But I think on this versus this, again, a different weight class, and I think I may have to figure out classes for these because I don't know if it's a fair fight. This is going to be great, go in my pocket, be able to stay there all day long. This, not so much. What do you guys think? Drop a note in the comments and let's take a look. But until then, let's get this back in the house and wrap these up. All right, now we're performing the same test that I've done on multiple others, and oh no, I'm not feeling a magnet on this one. Not that big of a deal. However, you can still use this to power your other devices. The only downside with this is there's no way of knowing how much battery you have left, and I'm not seeing any lights on here, but it is powering this and it's running a charge right now. Alright gang, so I'll leave a link for the Wuben X1 Pro down in the gobblegoop. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you probably in a couple days.
If you like this type of content, make sure you check out our YouTube channel where we have hundreds of videos just like this. If you want to see our newest adventures, be sure to click the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss another video.